Jimmy, always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure, mate. Big fight coming up on October the 26th.
Yeah.
Before we get into that, talk to me about the first two fights in UFC. I know that you've had a lot of time to reflect now, and the last one probably didn't go how you wanted it to in terms of the finish, but you won.
Yeah, I won. That's the main thing. I dominated the fight, and I think I knew how the fight was going to go. And it's always great fighting for the UFC. So yeah.
Tell me about the first two opponents. Did you get pretty much what you expected from them?
Yeah, definitely. There was hard opponents. I always looked at. Matter of fact, I always watched them. I thought if I joined the UFC, they'll probably be the two fighters I'd be fighting first. So I always looked at Kingsbury and Diabate as well. So yeah, there's great opponents. Kingsbury was really tough. So is Diabate as well, and it was great to fight with them.
It's your third fight, so it's not new anymore. Are the butterflies gone? Were there any butterflies? I mean, how do you feel approaching this fight?
I feel very confident approaching this fight. Jimo's a very good opponent. He's only lost twice in 20 fights, so I'm not taking him lightly as well. And it will be a great fight if he does. Well, he's good at MMA and everything, but he's a striker. I'm a striker, so it should be an exciting fight.
How are you perceived in America? Do you know? I mean, have you had any feedback from those who watch UFC on a regular? I mean, have you Twitter followers increased, and is there a bit more interaction? I mean, how do you know in terms of your impact on, like the light heavyweight division?
I don't know. I always receive good mail and good Twitter messages and stuff like that from people saying like they're fans of me and everything, which is nice and that. But at the end of the day, I'm just training and fighting and just doing what I'm going to be doing, which is winning my fights.
I know that you're always confident. I mean, what is it about this fight here that leaves you feeling that just as confident as you usually are?
It's not just about this fight. It's about every fight I go into. I feel confident that I'm going to win. And it's just my training and my self-belief in that to know that I'm going to win. So, yeah, I will not lose.
You're known as an incessant trainer, always training, someone who's rarely out of this gym.
Yeah.
Has it been the same in the build-up to this fight? And what have you been working on, if anything, that you can share with us?
I haven't really done anything more different. I've just varied my training. I've brought in new things. I've brought in yoga into my training regime.
Why is that? Why yoga?
Because it's good for the whole body. It's good for flexibility, which I think every athlete needs. It's good for just like meditating and stuff like that. So it's good. I think it's all good things to add to my regime. I've added swimming, which I didn't really used to do a lot. I've added that into my regime as well.
How are you getting on with the swimming? You've been swimming with Dylan?
I've been swimming with Dylan a couple of times, yeah. And but I think swimming's just about mastering the breathing, which I'm still trying to get the hang of. But it's I try.
So you're up to 2 lengths now, then, Jim? Is that right?
I do 10 lengths. I do 10 to 15 lengths and that, but I do that after training as well. So it's
good way to get the lactic out.
Yeah, it's helping. It helps to calm your body down as well.
You're looking kind of beefy and strong. I mean, stronger than I've ever seen you looking.
Yeah.
Is it the swimming or is it them NRG? I see you all over the NRG.
Warrior Energy.
Yeah, I mean, tell us about that.
It's a combination.
How's it all working?
Yeah, the Warrior Energy is going really well. It's helping with my training as well, and then my recovery and my pre-workout stuff and that. And it's a really good supplement to use because it's all natural, with no sugars and no additives or dairy or anything in it. So yeah, it's really good to use. But I think. It's just a mixture of all my training, what I've been doing with Reach Fitness and all my strength work and just carrying on training and eating well, eating good.
Tell me a little bit about the fact that Michael Bisping's pulled out. He was going to headline the show. I'm sure you'd like to be headlining it, right? But obviously with a man like that on the bill, you know your place, as it were. How long before you've got the Michael Bisping type status?
I'm not in any rush to get any status or anything. I just want to win all my fights, and that it's only a matter of time. I just got to keep knocking them out, and I'll be main bill. So I know it's going to come. I'm not in any rush to try and call anyone out or to try and rush to be main event or anything. I know it's going to happen. So my record speaks for itself. So I'm not in any rush that they'll come calling for me.
I know you've got a lot of respect for Makeda, who's taken Bisping's place.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about watching his career and kind of seeing him reach the highs and then descend and having to build himself back up again.
Machida's a great fighter. I'm a fan of Machida as well, and I remember watching him on TV thinking, oh my God, he's really good, and that, and I think people kind of not sussed out, but people kind of knew how to fight him. So I think that's how he lost a couple of his fights. But I know he'll be back. He's a great fighter, and I know he'll be back. He's a great fighter.
Tell me a little bit about the John Jones fight the other day. Nothing that anybody expected. Just a word on both fighters.
I expected a good fight. I don't know about anyone else. I knew John Jones will walk through Gustafsson. I know John Jones has a lot of height and reach advantage, and that's one thing he didn't. And that's one thing he uses well to people who are shorter than him and everything. So I knew Gustafsson wouldn't let him use that and that.
He had quicker hands on that.
Yeah, you saw that in the fight and that, and I think it was a great fight. It was great fight to watch, and I think they're both warriors. It's a great 5 rounds to watch.
And that's the advert for your weight division.
Yeah, of course. I think it's a great advert for the UFC and mixed martial arts as a whole as well. But I knew it was going to be a good fight, and I'm glad it was a good fight as well, a good 5-round fight.
Has that made it more difficult though, Jimmy? Because John Jones, he's going to go away and get better now, isn't he? That's what I'd expect to happen.
Yeah, well, like, the way I see it, everyone's human. Do you know what I mean? If you hit him, it's going to hurt.
Despite what he says on his t-shirt.
Yeah, well, if you hit the person, it's going to hurt. If you cut them, they're going to bleed. You get me? They're not like aliens or something. They're not unbeatable. Yeah, I see that with everyone. So, like, I don't know.
I feel for his next opponent. I mean, how do you call that fight?
What the Gustafsson one?
Yeah, no, yeah. I think John Jones is fighting
Teixeira.
Yeah, that's it, Teixeira.
John Jones will beat him. I think John Jones will beat him. I'm looking forward to the rematch with Gustafsson. I think Gustafsson's probably the person other than me that I think can beat John Jones.
You think you can beat him then, do you?
100%. I wouldn't be. He's human. If I hit him, it's gonna hurt. You know what I mean?
Tell me a little bit about the fact that next year we've got the Commonwealth Games in this country. Had the Olympics last year. MMA is not going to feature in any of those things there. How long do you think it will be before the sport's taken as seriously as that, if ever?
The sport's still. It's relatively new, the sport, but I don't think it's growing every day, so I don't think it will be that long before it's recognised and accepted and that. But I think it's just people, like ignorant people who are like I heard the other day. Was it Australia? Was it Australia or something? Don't like the look of like the two men in a cage fighting or something, which is actually safer than fighting in a ring when it comes to mixed martial arts. So I don't know. I think people just got to get over.
So those old arguments.
Yeah, the old arguments, and stuff like that. But people just got to wake up and see that it's actual sport and the skill involved in it. And
so come October 26th, the O's not going to go. You're going to do it in spectacular fashion.
I'm going to fight. I'm going to get the win, and I'm going to go on to the next one after that.
One more? Oh, actually, no, where are we? So how many do you reckon you'll fight in next year, if it goes well?
Pardon?
If it goes well, how many fights do you reckon you'll have next year?
I'd like to fight maybe 3 times. I don't like fighting too many times in a year because I like just carry on learning and training and getting better and everything. I don't like to rush things and that. So I like to maybe fight 3 times next year.
Title shot 2015.
Possibly.
You heard it here first. Thanks for your time, Jimmy.